Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody, how are you today?
What's up, everybody?
Am I echoing again?
You sound okay to me.
Okay. Ah, what a day. We've been
Yeah.
rushing around all day. Remember, Perry does a real estate. Someone put up your banner now. That's Andrea. Andrea, you keep messing with me.
What's up?
It's up. It's rolling.
See?
Okay, so I'm so sorry for being late. We had a lot to do. But today we got some good stories. We're going to talk about Kim Kardashian, sorry.
Hold on, make sure.
Helping
I don't hear an echo. Somebody said echo in the chat.
It's echo. Hold on, let me try it again.
Just trying to make sure.
It's these doors because the ceiling goes up high. I think. Hold on. Is that better? If I
Yeah.
leave those doors open, it
There's
creates
no
a
echo. You're good.
really funny noise. Okay. Woo. Okay. So we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian, her new podcast, and how she's trying to help a death row inmate on death row. So it's very interesting. Then we're going to talk about how Kanye West is canceled in the Black community, and he's also canceled at Vogue. They never want to work with. They never want to work with him again. And then we're going to talk about Nia Long and all the pressure she's going through and what she said today on her Instagram. Okay, let's start with Kim K. Because listen, it's no secret. I don't like the Kardashians. I feel that they're crooks. Um, I don't like the way Chris raised them. I'm just being honest here. I don't like them. I think Kim wanting to be a lawyer was a joke. Okay. A really big joke. And I didn't give a damn that she had a podcast. Opens up this new podcast. Let me see the name of it again. And it has to do with crime. So what she's doing is she's taking a podcast. She's going to pick a case that she wants to, a person she wants that she feels is unfairly incarcerated. She's going to talk about the story as she works on getting the person released. Now, listen, I am not a Kim Kardashian fan. Let me put this up. It's called The System. That's the name of her new podcast. I'm not a fan at all, but I have to give credit where credit is due. I can't just not acknowledge that she's doing a very, 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 very good thing.
Okay. A real good name, too. That's a good name, The System.
It's called The System. And period. We've been married 31 years. This hits home.
32.
You are messy. This is a subject near and dear to my heart because I have an uncle that has been locked up in prison for over 30 years. He went at the age of 23, and he is 100% innocent. How do we know he's innocent? Because my aunt told him to take the rap for his brother.
Wow. Yep.
She did. I'm gonna cry if I tell the story. This man has been unfairly locked up. When it was time, they thought that they could just go back and tell the truth, and no one wanted to hear the truth. Till this day, he's still locked up. And it's hard to believe who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth because they all say they're innocent, but there are really some innocent people locked away. He is never, he's been in there for 30 years. We've reached out to the Innocent Project. We can't get him out. His sister was the lead. She passed away in December. His other sister took the lead and passed away in October.
Mm-hmm.
It's a subject really near and dear to my heart. Let's talk about, and it's just so unfair. It's so unfair. And you know what he said to me? One of the last time I talked to him, I said, "Are you angry?" Because I would be mad. I would be mad. And he said, "No, this was God's plan.
Mm.
For whatever reason, I wasn't meant to be on the outside." I think he's lying, personally.
Right.
It's just something that he has to live with.
Well, yeah, it's probably something he had to accept because he took it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people say, you can't. Sometimes the police can interrogate you so much, you just say what they want to hear. And a lot of people say, I would never admit to doing something if I didn't do it. People don't understand. They use psychological games on you. But anyway, Kim's innocent person, his name is Kevin Keith. Okay. He's in prison for allegedly taking the lives of a woman. I cannot pronounce her name. I'm going to say Marichelle Chapman. She was 24 at the time. Her 4-year-old daughter, Marche, and her aunt.
Yeah.
I cannot pronounce these names. Linda Chapman. Let's go by her nickname, Linda Chapman. And on thought, I'm sure everybody first says, "Oh, here's another one trying to get out." But if you go back and look at his story, insane people. Okay. This is why he was convicted. The man who got shot, there was only one survivor. I named the people that didn't make it. And then there was one survivor, her boyfriend. His name is Richard Warren. Okay. He was shot 4 times and had to undergo surgery. When he came back from surgery, they asked him, "Do you know who did this to you?" And he said he was under something. And he said a man named Richard. He thought that they had said the name Richard. He tried to change his testimony during the trial, and they would not let him testify. Also, when they took Kevin in, they didn't interrogate him. They didn't ask him any questions. They just arrested him and took him straight to prison. Now, aren't we a nation of laws? Aren't you supposed to ask some people some questions? If they don't want to answer your questions, you say, I want an attorney."
Mm-hmm.
Also, oh, and the main guy who got shot himself said, "I was really not in the state of mind when you were asking me questions." He just came back from surgery. And I've seen this on the first 48 before, where they interrogated someone that just got out of surgery. It was a child, and he was saying all kind of things too that were not true. And they said, "Oh, he was under heavy anesthesia." You cannot, like, he was in the what do you call that room? He didn't even go back to his main room. He was in the room that you could recover.
Mm-hmm.
And we have known cases before that some, not all cops, but some are so prideful that they won't admit to making a mistake.
Right.
His brother Charles has been asking for help since the day he got locked up. He got locked up in 1994. He's been in prison 28 years.
Damn.
28 years. So a lot of people say, "Oh, Sherelle, the Kardashians are no good. They're this, they're that." And I can agree, but Kim is doing a good thing. Because if it was you falsely locked up for 28 years,
Mm-hmm.
do you care that she made a sex tape? Probably not. If it was you locked up for 28 years, would you? So she's taking her fame and her name and she's using it for a good cause. She's putting a spotlight on something that they haven't been
Right.
able to even make mainstream for 28 years.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
anytime you can use your name for good, that's a good thing. And now people can debate why she's doing it.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm just saying, I mean, as long as
What's
this,
your debate, Perry?
well, no,
What's your
no, no, it's not a debate. I mean, but
mm,
people will say this. Yeah, I mean, she's only doing it for the attention or
mm,
whatnot. But what
uh,
I'm saying is, when somebody's life is on the line, as long as it's used for some good, is what I'm saying.
mhm.
You
When
know,
she got hold of this case, he was 11 days away from what do you call the
yeah.
execution? 11 days away. So they stopped the execution, and now they're going to reopen the case. And she's going to do it on air, saying what they're doing and stuff like that. First of all, that's a very, 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 very good idea because I like crime stories, period. But to see actually what she does, because all this time I thought she just uses her name and comes in at the last minute. I want
Hmm.
to see their process. I want to see the process. I want to know what's going on. I want to know how she picks the names that she picked. Because she also did, oh my God, the girl that went to prison at 16. I cannot think of her name to save my life. That was an interesting one. So, I am going to ease up off of Kim because this subject touches me personally, and I know what it feels like on the other side when you're wrongfully convicted. It's horrible. All kind of things that has happened to him in there.
Hmm.
Um, you know, he says we all forgot about him. At times we do because life moves on. Can you
Right.
imagine, Perry? You're sitting there
Yeah. No, I
and
mean, really,
everybody has to live their life. Sometimes he calls me, and you can vouch for this, and I just don't have time to talk.
I couldn't imagine what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Personally.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say I'm only going to say good things about Kim only. I'm going to say I'm going to remember what she did.
Well, the bottom line is this, Sherelle. If you're gonna call her out for nasty things you think she do,
Mhm.
you get to call her out for the positive things she do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
And she's doing a lot of positive stuff. Way more than that damn Kanye. Oh my God. I don't know. She really, really
Yeah,
is.
no, I know.
So I'll be watching the show. It's called The System. It's a podcast, and they're going to take us through the process, and hopefully, what is it called? A stay of execution, save this man's life. And his whole family says he did not do this. And then I guess they have evidence that will prove that they didn't do it, that they weren't allowed to show in court, and they won't tell us now. So I want to find out what it is. I'm going to have to watch the podcast to find out what it is. But I know just to willingly be falsely accused of something for 28 years.
Yep.
I don't care if you had sex with Ray J. I don't care if your mom doesn't pay all her taxes. I don't care if they say you're guilty of doing inside trading.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Come
I
on, Sherelle.
can't with
See,
Perry. I
there you
can't.
going now. Now the Trina coming out in you. Now you want to go back, going out
You
in
don't
that
want me to
attack
say
mode.
anything nice about Kim Kardashian, but she is doing a very good
No, no,
thing.
no, no, no. I'm saying you look, you was on a positive track. She got this new podcast. It's called The System. She's doing wonderful things. And then you start to want to go backslide the Trina and you want to come out. And
I'm
who
putting it on.
cares? Who cares if she had sex in the backseat of? Who, Sherelle, just keep it positive. The show ain't about the things, other thing. We're talking about the system. The system.
Okay, period. Leave me alone. I
You need to
told you
stay
this
focused.
this is close to home for me, and you've been married to me for 30 years. You've
I
known
know, and
since,
that's what I'm saying. Everything was good. Everybody was getting teary eyed. Everybody was in the motion, right? But then
and I went too far.
you relapsed. See, 'cause the trigger word. Everything was positive. Then it's almost like you had to convince yourself. Then you start bringing up dirty laundry. You know, come on now.
My notes just flew away. Oh my gosh.
Uh
Yeah. Oh my
oh.
gosh. Well, I got to do this on memory. All right.
Oh damn.
Wait. Let me. Oh my gosh.
Just grab them.
No, I can't.
Oh,
Um. Here, Gabriella. Okay. Let me put this up here. Let's talk about how Kanye really shot himself in the foot and how he wanted this clothing line to be this and that, and it will never be featured in Vogue. ever because of his actions. Okay, here we go. Let's put this up here. This woman is Gabriella Johnson. She has a middle name that I cannot pronounce. It's French. Doesn't she just looks like your average Joe Blow? She's actually the editor, global editor of Vogue. You know, Vogue is everything in the business world, in the modeling world. Like, you piss off Vogue, your career is over. Okay. So she went to Kanye's fashion show the other day when he was wearing I hope I have a picture of it, the White Lives Matter thing. You know, he had it on. Oh my God. Another lady had it on, and he had some of the models wearing it too. I can't think of the other ladies name. Candace Owens. That's what it was yesterday.
Owens. Yeah, somebody says with an S. Owens. Yeah, something.
Oh, I cannot pronounce her second name. Here it is. Perry, you want to take a shot? It's Karefa. I just call it Gabriella.
Karafa Johnson.
Oh, very nice, Perry. Very nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was at Kanye's show, and she was what do you call that? Doing a review on it, where you see if you like the clothes, that determines how much they're gonna purchase, and they're gonna write an article up on it. She's the new Andre Talley Leon, or Leon Talley. Okay, remember him? She's the new one, and it's so weird because she's not what a model would look like. This is what makes it so great. She's African American. She's a woman, powerful woman, and she doesn't fit the stereotype of being bone thin. She's just, a lot of women can relate to her. Okay, so she was, oh my God, I blew my notes away. She was at the show and was really offended when the models were wearing the White Lives Matter on the back of their shirts. She said that it was offensive and violent. She said that it could cause a division, just like you said, Perry. And she said that Kanye should know better. So he got upset. And he said he was getting major backlash. Let's see. He was getting major backlash, not just from Gabriella. Let me do this other one first. Like I said yesterday, the Black community was up in arms. They just couldn't believe it. Here we go. I'll give you an example.
Level of like disappointment that I'm always going to have when Kanye pulls a stunt like this. But there comes a point where it's not as much disappointment because I almost expect it. So he can't really let me down anymore. Does Kanye West deal with mental illness? Absolutely. But mental illness doesn't make you a whole new person, right? He's a dick with a mental illness.
Yep, that's right.
He called him a dick with a mental illness. Everyone was offended. A lot of people were offended. But then he went too far. Let's move on. So he said, everyone knows that Black Lives Matters was a scam. Now it's over. Over. You're welcome. So he just kept fueling the fire, right? But then he finally went too far when he started talking about Gabriella. So she did not give him a rave review. She was disappointed, and she said what I told you. She said that the show was offensive and violent. Here goes Kanye West in her comment section. Broke the processor when the computer can't read the code. This is a droid. This is not a fashion person. You speak on Ye, I'ma speak on you. Ask Trevor Noah. What does that mean? I don't know, but he definitely sounds like a bully. Then he posted it on his social media. When I say war, I meant war.
Okay,
it gets worse. Then he starts ridiculing her physical appearance and what she's wearing.
Wow.
Kanye West, a major player at Vogue. Okay. Then he starts making fun of her shoes. He starts talking about her from head to toe. This is not a smart business move. First of all, like, what are you thinking? She might not look like a powerful woman, but she is. and you claim you want you want to be in that world, the fashion world. Also, too, a lot of people took it. They're saying if she would have been real thin and a white woman, he never would have said these things about her. But because she's a little bigger than a size 2, I think they models might be size 0, and she doesn't look like a fashion model, that he took his shot. Okay, I'm trying to watch how I say it. But what he did was very vile and disgusting.
He didn't care how much money she had, though, Sherelle. I'm telling you, he's upset because somebody called him out for the wrongdoing that he did. And he took every chance to belittle that woman. That's all that shit was about.
He did. There you go, Perry. He belittled her. He belittled her, and people got mad. Who got mad, you would say? The models. Let me put this up here. Especially one model in particular. The top model in the US would be Gigi Hadid. She got pissed. She called Kanye a bully and a joke. Then she went on and said, you wish you had a percentage of her intellect. You have no idea. Ha ha ha. If there's actually a point to any of your shit. Oh, she's mad. Shit, she might be the only person that could save you. Oh, as if the honor of being invited to your show should keep someone from giving their opinion. LOL. You're a bully and a joke.
Yep.
And all of the models start turning on Kanye West. Now, I'm not that into the fashion world, but I know this is the number one model. She's like up there. Gigi Hadid is, yeah, she's the number one. And I know that Vogue is very important if you want to have a career and be taken seriously in the fashion business. Remember, they wouldn't even put Kim Kardashian on their cover for years. Kanye had to talk Anna Wintour into putting Kim on. Do you remember this, Perry? What is Kanye doing? Look, it's not just the models are mad. You got the Black community that are mad. You have white people coming out in support of the Black community. It's been going all morning. I didn't have time to download all of the things and everyone's reaction. Mm-hmm. But they are pissed at him. So you say this is for marketing. How's this for marketing? What is he getting out of this?
You know, marketing, I think, is for attention. And, you know, and somebody talked to me, sent me something in the hotline, and it could have made a little sense too. Like the other lady got some blog that talk all this stuff. He could be trying to position himself, even though this shit ain't gonna never happen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's to run for president. No. But think about it. Like, no, I'm just saying. Okay.
What?
He tried to run that one time, supposedly. What I'm saying is,
well, he did try to run. You think he wants to run for president?
And trying to, you know, hyping things up to make him out. You know, in the United States right now, it's a whole bunch of division going on.
Right,
and he's trying to bite that side that might feed him. Yeah, that's all.
I don't know who's going to vote for him for president. Well, I mean, I don't want Kanye running my business, let alone my country.
I don't know who would vote for Herschel Walker neither. But I'm just saying, I mean, not to get into all that political stuff, because people always want to say this and that. You know, and I guess it's our show. I can talk about what I want to talk about. But what I'm saying is, anybody could be a hypocrite. Republican, Democrat, Independent, your niece, your neighbor. Anybody could be a hypocrite. They just came out with Herschel Walker today. That's off topic, though.
Herschel Walker. I should have covered him.
Is that he was talking about abortion, but he just paid for one a couple years ago. Just saying. But yeah, we'll move on. I'm just saying that people try to position themselves to a side.
Mm. Oh, I get it. Okay, so you're saying...
Okay, I say this. To me, I feel like the person trying to position themselves to be a token, because then they figure they can break stereotypes down, and people would vote for that person under these things saying, well, see, not everybody's... And no, political things don't really come down to whether you Black or white, Puerto Rican or whatever. But I'm just saying how people try to frame things.
No, this is what you're saying too. You're saying Kanye wants to run one day for president. It's not a joke because he did before. Remember that? And he wants to be run as a Republican. So he thinks that he has to do these certain things to feel accepted.
Mhm.
Kanye, I'm done with Kanye. I'm done with Kanye. The White Lives Matter thing, I found offensive. I felt it was humiliating the cause of Black Lives Matter, which is for police brutality. So I was against him for that. And then the way that he's treating Gabriella. What's wrong with you? I don't know how old you're 30, probably 40 something year old man heckling a major player in Vogue, the world of Vogue, as if you were a teenager. That's something teenagers do.
Yeah.
Look at her boots. Look at her hair. Look at her outfit. She doesn't know how to dress. Ha 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 ha.
Kanye feel like he above approach. He think he's all that. His head is swollen. And the only I think the only time his head came down is when Pete came in and took his woman for a little bit. You see what I'm saying? You know, then he come crying for our support. But I'm telling you, I mean, I go on record today. I would no longer support Kanye. He would have to come out. He would have to seriously come back because it's not what people can assume. Oh, well, he didn't mean it this way or that way. He would have to come out and apologize and explain to me how what he meant by that shit.
Someone's talking about my sleeves. You know how I hate to wear sleeves.
Yeah.
I don't like sleeves. I don't know. It's been that way my whole life. Even when I used to live in the East Coast in the winter, I'll just put a jacket on. I don't like sleeves. I don't know why. But anyway, listen, whatever he's trying to do, I've lost all respect for Kanye. I'm done with Kanye. I'm kicking you out. I have nothing good to say about you anymore. I don't care if you have a mental illness. That's not an excuse for your behavior. And heckling a woman. So a woman like Gabriella doesn't fit the stereotype. It just is what it is. And so she has to work against that. That's what am I trying to say, Perry? She doesn't get things very easy because people stereotype that.
Stereotype. Yeah.
Yeah, they stereotype her, and like what she has to say doesn't matter.
Right.
Because she wears her natural hair and she's not a size 0. She eats food. You know, I've heard of models when they get hungry, taking what are those cotton balls and dumping them in orange juice and eating that. These models can't eat. That is the furthest thing from the norm. And they try to make us feel that that's the normal body type. No, it's not. A woman is meant to eat and have some curves. And he's going to try to use that against her. I am so done with Kanye because people say, you've got to be this size to be beautiful. You got to look this way. And she doesn't. She goes against the grain. And I respect her more for that than someone's fitting the norms. Yeah, and tries to be like everyone else.
It was just a couple months ago.
Done with Kanye.
He was wanting us to pray for him a couple months ago.
Did he?
With the Pete thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the whole thing is like, and no, we can't use your so-called mental illness for an excuse why you trying to demean women.
Yeah. He
wouldn't want us to use it for an excuse why Kim decided to leave him. I mean, because it don't work for one or not the other.
Yeah.
You know, Kanye's full of shit.
He really, I'm so done with him. And I don't care about the music that he used to make back in the day, because truth be told, you have not been that same Kanye for a long time. When his mom passed away, he just turned into a different person. And he's superficial at this point, very superficial. I'm done with you. So it is what it is. All right. So it says, stop discussing black and white. A lot of white watch you, and we do matter. Quit making it sound like we don't. He's only trying to stay in the middle. What do you mean that I'm trying to make it seem like white people don't matter? When have I said that? I have a lot of white people, they feel uncomfortable about talking about race. But it's a part of our society. If we could talk about someone being in a car crash or someone's on drugs, why can't we talk about race?
Mm-hmm.
It's not meant to make you feel uncomfortable. It's what's going on in society. We cannot act like there's no racism.
Right. And
I
and this is
mean,
what I think
we,
the problem
we
with too.
can't laugh and joke all the time. I like to hit serious issues, and it's a serious issue.
Yeah, the
And if
serious issue
Kanye
is called.
offended the Black community, I should be able to come on here and say that. I'm not saying anything about not liking white people
Nope.
or accusing white people of anything. My whole topic was Kanye West.
And actually, doing this whole thing, because I think some of this stuff started yesterday, but not once we blame one white person. If you go back watch yesterday,
Mhm.
so where people feeling like this white and black thing, no white person was accused of anything.
Yeah.
It was a black man, Kanye, and then that other black woman.
I mean, Freddie was on.
It was our personal feelings towards them. And I think the problem with people discussing race, they feel uncomfortable, but because years and years went on that we never could have the conversation. Because we all bleed the same way. We all breathe the same way. Nobody's hating nobody. And yeah, we do have a lot of white followers. We have black followers, all kind of followers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And nobody's trying to single out anyone.
mm-hmm.
But the same way everybody in the chat got a belief, we can have one. Now, we're not on here trying to push our belief on you. And typically we do try to stay away from politics and religion. But sometimes when there's a story and people gonna say how much we enjoy the show, we do this and that. Sometimes, life ain't all about having fun. Sometimes you get to have serious conversations. People.
The serious conversations need to be had. I mean, you're always welcome to come up and speak your piece. Freddie comes in. A lot of white people come up and speak their point. You can't always run from reality, Nancy. And unfortunately, this day and age, racism still exists. It really does.
Yeah.
He was a black man when Kim would. He was a black man when Kim wouldn't let him see his kids. Now he's mad with Adidas and Gap. He needs white validation. I don't know what's going on with Kanye. And I always say this. This is true. If you have a platform as an African American, I feel like you should be able to bring issues to the forefront that aren't being addressed. And that's what I do. I talk about things that are going on in our society so we could have a conversation so everyone can come to a better understanding.
Right.
Or maybe not. Or maybe we'll just have a good argument. Maybe some people say, no matter what you say, you're not changing my mind. But a dialogue needs to take place.
That's the way it is most of the time.
Keep pushing this under the rug.
Yeah, right.
That's just how I feel. Well, oh my God. Okay, a lot of people got a lot to say. Just let me finish my last story. Whoa, the chat's going crazy. And then we'll move on. And that's what we love. We want to hear what you think. Because I let people have their opinions. Because it's nice to see how someone else thinks or why someone else feels this way or why does someone else think this and that. Okay, so let me do this really quick so I can drop that line. It's not working. Okay, let's move on to Nia Long. Nia Long is going through a lot, people. Going through a lot. She's so pretty. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, let me stop reading the chat. Let's talk about Nia Long really quick. So I told you everything that's going on behind the scenes with Ime Udoka and how they're trying to make an example out of him, not because he's black, because he slept with the boss's wife. I mean, please. And they're pissed. They're going to do all this stuff. They're going to fine him. And then the members, the actual players, they want their coach back because they're saying what he does in his bedroom is his business. And it's a big mess. And Nia has chosen to stand by his side for now. And a lot of people are judging her for that. Marlon Wayans felt the need to come forward and speak on her behalf.
Do most high-profile men not have understandings with the women that they date?
Nothing. When you are unbreakable, the media, embarrassment, other women, nothing's gonna break you because I found love. I found partnership. I found my forever. And in order to find forever, you're going to have to live in a way that it bends and it don't break. That's your best friend. And I would say to Nia Long, sis, if he's all those things, yo, never mind the embarrassment, never mind all that. I would say this to my daughter. I would say it to my sisters. Are you happy? Before this moment, were you happy? Right. Mm-hmm. So work on your relationship. He's a good man.
First of all, does Marlon Wayans smoke weed? That is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. If she doesn't want to be with him anymore, then she doesn't have to. I hate that stand by your man attitude no matter what. I'm not standing by you if you do me wrong and I'm done with you. Okay? Don't put that guilt trip out there, Marlon. Shut up. Shut up. You are not a woman. You don't know what it feels like to be cheated on and humiliated. You're telling her, forget, let all that pass. Oh, let it go, let it go, let it go. What he left out was every man cheats. No, they don't. And a person, man, woman, child, will treat you the way that you let them. Nia has a problem with men cheating on her, and she keeps overlooking it. If she keeps overlooking it and staying by their side, she's going to get cheated on again and again and again. And it's obvious, what's his name? Ime is not respecting her. Hell, she knew the woman. Now, how disrespectful is that? Shut up, Marlon Wayans, and stay in your man's place behind the scenes and let her do what she's going to do. She'll let you know. Be patient. But don't come up here trying to put some guilt trip on somebody. Let it go. I don't have to let anything go. As a matter of fact, I remember everything. And if you do me wrong, no, I'm not having it. He needs money from the other side because he left Gap and Adidas and watched the companies that come on board supporting MSG on that shirt. We'll talk about him in a minute. So, Nia, I keep calling her Nina because that's my sister's name, so I just say it out of habit. Nia posted this today. So she's showing us a little sign of life. So the other day, I believe it was TMZ, caught her out and about. She didn't answer any questions. And she doesn't have to until she's ready. And this is what she posted today. She says, a tip for mental health. Learn to distinguish who deserves an explanation, who deserves one answer, and who deserves absolutely nothing. I think she's telling the media, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe anybody anything. What I am going to do is what I'm going to do, and I don't have to voice it to the world. That's what I think she's saying, okay? So, Marlon Wayans, please have several seats, okay? Until you get cheated on, we don't want to hear anything from you. How about that, Marlon? Why don't you come out and talk about what you did to your wife, okay? And then maybe I'll take your words a little more seriously. I'm just saying.
No, I agree. I mean, she don't owe nobody no explanation of things that happened to her. And or whether she's gonna stick around or leave. It doesn't matter. Whatever she do is her choice. And a lot of people could say what they would do on the outside unless they was in that situation. But then I guess at that point you either go with your heart, you make a decision like you do in life. And sometimes the decision you make could be right, could be wrong. But I mean that's something for her to live with, not something for me to judge her about.
Okay, yeah, you have several seats, Marlon. Several seats. And it's obvious you've been a bad boy, or you wouldn't be so supportive of the cheaters. Forget all of that. He said the humiliation, forget that.
It could be
the embarrassment, forget that.
Look, don't you worry, girl. As long as I'm paying them bills and you got that nice Range Rover out there, whatever they say I did, don't worry about it. You're happy though, right? You're happy.
He's a good man, really. Oh, Marlon Wayans, please shut up and shut up now. Hey, Val.
What's up, Val?
Hey. How y'all doing?
No sleep.
Chilling.
Huh?
Girl, I be in the chat. You don't be saying I be in the chat. You know that your chat be going a million miles an hour, so you don't be saying I be in the chat. Y'all, listen.
Talk. Okay,
girl,
sound out. What do you want to talk about first?
Okay, which one you want to talk about first, girl?
Well, we're going to talk about Kanye because a lot of people feel offended when I say White Lives Matter was an insult. I'm not saying white people are insult. And I gave you an explanation why I said it was an insult. It's an insult because the original premise for Black Lives Matter was police brutality.
Okay. And
so
you made sense. But this is the thing, Sherelle, this is what people have to realize, whether you're white or whether you're black. People always want to say, don't make it a black and white issue. Yes, if it's a black and white issue, stop turning the cheek and trying to ignore like we don't see what we see. Why is it so wrong when a black person defends something that's done against a black race, but when a white person defends something that's done against a white race, we like, oh, okay, that's right. They shouldn't do that. You got to realize that it's not wrong to speak up for what you feel, your opinion on something. It's not about you just being black. It's just about the point of you just speaking on a realistic thing. Let's say, I mean, I hate to say this, but let's say this about like Emmett Till. Okay, so now he got killed for flirting with the white woman. Okay, so now black men are marrying white women. So now is everything supposed to be okay? Now, if Kanye is an idiot. Kanye is a time bomb. When Kanye finally do something that just destroys, I never seen that coming. Kanye is an idiot. Let's just admit it. Kanye's idiot.
Hold on one second.
Support him.
Hold on one second, Val. V, do you have your TV on? Okay, go ahead, Val.
Sorry.
Kanye,
okay. Go ahead,
the
Val.
people who support Kanye is white. Let's don't sugarcoat it. The people who support Kanye is white. So and Kanye is one of his personalities. I think Kanye really believe he is white. He don't.
So what are your thoughts on Kanye? Are you done with Kanye?
I've been down with Kanye. I haven't done nothing with. Who wears them idiot clothes and stuff that he do? That's not. I mean, come on now. Who wear those glasses, looking like some damn monkey walking around in the zoo? Who wear that stuff? Don't nobody wear that stuff but fools that just want to go do for name brand. Who do that? Nobody does that. He does things for attention. The boy. How many black women you see him date? Why y'all worry about who he's sticking and licking? He only doing it to the white women. Go and let him do whatever he want to do. Whoever he want to date, whatever he want to wear, go ahead and let him do it. Stop supporting him by spending your dollars on him and your time. Yeah. Leave his ass alone. Okay, next. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let's stay on Kanye. Diva, I know you got a lot to say about Kanye. Sound off.
Y'all skip me.
Go
ahead.
Okay. You know what? He's a new kind of fool, right? You sitting there, you have this major platform, and you're being irresponsible by putting out this propaganda and nonsense to really divide and incite the people. It's disappointing. It's not funny anymore. He started it way back when he got on that what was that award show, and he jumped up on the stage and interrupted Taylor Swift from getting her award. Like he's psycho in the head, right? So you're gonna wear this t-shirt and you really wore it because you just wanted a certain group of people to rally behind you. Well, now you woke up in the morning and they not even for your nonsense. You understand what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, they had the right concept when they were saying Black Lives Matter, but people took it as it meant that only Black Lives Matter. They just meant because of everything that was going on at the time with all you know, the Black people getting brutally killed, and then there was videos, and then the people wasn't paying for it. So they're like, okay, hold on 1 second. Black Lives Matter too, because we had other incidents where other people, things were happening and they stayed alive. Like these people went and did something in the schools. You know, I'm watching my words, Sherelle, because it's YouTube. They went and did something in the schools and they just was taken to the police station still alive, right? And they didn't look black or brown. But here you on the side of the street trying to sell a cigarette for 5 cents and now you gone. So go ahead.
Kanye's platform is so large, he could do like Kim's doing. Shine your light on these issues that need to be resolved in our country. But Kanye, U.S. decides to take the foolish route. Exactly. I'll get to you in 1 second, V, because Sin doesn't want to be overlooked. Go ahead, Sin.
No, go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sin.
Somebody speak up. Come on.
Okay. Well, Kanye, you know, he's a fool. He's sitting there talking about that woman, the editor for Vogue, when he got on TMZ and said that he had to get liposuction before his wedding.
So, okay.
You remember? And so how can you, insult and talk about a black woman when your mama was black?
Yeah,
How
that's it. That's
can
what
you?
I'm looking for. I felt that he was shading her as an African American. He was talking about, you're not a size 0 and the model,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And it's just what
Yeah.
he did was just wrong because we already
We
what's
come
the
in
word?
different sizes, different colors,
Right.
and everything.
different
But he
shapes.
got to realize he got black children.
Yeah,
you
what
know.
And
percent?
he sound off.
Go
My
ahead,
turn?
V.
Oh, okay. This is what I think. Kanye, every y'all agree with me or not, but every 6 months or so, Kanye does something that's so ridiculous that everybody gets so upset with him, and he on every channel, on everybody's mouth. We all say he's not no genius. What has he done so ingenious? But he does something so foul and so off the key that everybody's talking about him. I'm starting to wonder, is he a genius or not? Because this kind of stuff that he does is so off key, and he makes sure that it's something that's going to just upset everybody and have his name on every blog, on every TV show, on everybody's tongue. So, but if he was mentally ill, how would he time this all the time and keep doing this kind of stuff the same time all the time for this shock review that he gets from people? So I'm starting to wonder: is Kanye a genius, or are we?
Well, see, V, this the whole thing I think with the genius word. It's a word that we use loosely.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
We don't have many geniuses in this world,
Right.
right? So people
If
say
any,
when you do something great for whatever your purpose is, we'll say, "Damn, that was genius." It could be almost anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do it perfectly, and what he's doing is
Attention.
getting attention.
Yeah.
So he's a genius for that.
I think they call him a genius because of his music. He has good music, but I don't care about his music anymore. I'm looking at Kanye the man.
I was saying that he is. They call him a genius because of his music, not because they thought he was brilliant. But I think more he's a marketing genius. That's what I think.
Thank you. That might be a point.
Perry said that yesterday. He does this for attention every time he has an album or something he wants to do. But no, that's not marketing when you are alienating a whole group of people. He's alienating his own people. No one black likes Kanye anymore. So that's not
people.
Genius.
But Sherelle, hey, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about that? Kanye used Kim from day one.
Used her for what?
The same thing like Pete Davidson did. They only use her for attention. That's the whole thing. Kanye tries to find whoever is in the limelight for attention, and that's what Kanye did. Kanye didn't love that girl. Kanye used her for attention. Okay, Kanye is a seek grabber. Whatever it takes to grab more attention, that's what he's going to do. That's why he used Kim the same way that he was mad because Pete was doing the same thing he did, except just Pete didn't get the babiys. That's all.
I got a lot of people backstage who want to come up, so I'm going to bring some other people up, and you guys, we're going to talk one at a time, okay? Hey, Judgy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Sinitra, how you doing?
Hey, boo, I'm okay. I'm getting back to myself. I miss y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah. Sound off on this delicate topic because this is a lot. You go first, Sinitra.
I'm going to say this. When it comes to Kanye is a provocateur. Kanye is somebody who provokes for attention, and what he does is dangerous, in my opinion, because he intentionally does things to try to upset and incite Black people, because insulting and inciting Black people will get you attention. He did it. I totally agree with sis when she said he married Kim Kardashian for attention. He did that because that was supposed to upset Black people, because he had that lyric in his song, and when he get on, leave your A for a white girl. And then he turned around and started insulting Amber Rose, which that was supposed to upset people. And then he turned around and said slavery was a choice to upset people. Then he ran for president and was wearing MAGA hats and stuff to upset Black people. Like he literally tries to he tries to benefit from agitating Black America. Like he don't have no love for us. And he does it repeatedly because no matter how stupid he is, no matter how anti-black he is, there's still a certain set of black males that will defend his garbage. When he said slavery was a choice, we had clowns and raccoonish Americans crawling out of the crevices like cockroaches trying to make excuses for it.
Raccoonish.
Yes, raccoonish Americans. I'm trying to be politically correct, a little raccoonish. And they came creeping out like, well, you know, he really telling the truth in the way, because it's like, oh my God, you could just hear the dust in their throats. And so they came out to rally behind him when he was running around supporting Trump wearing MAGA hats. Oh no, but see, ain't nothing. See, Trump is really the good guy. Trump is a orange monkey with a wig. He wasn't really supporting Trump.
Nope.
He wasn't.
But that's what he does. That's what he does to the black community, and then he turns around and who buys his stuff?
We gotta stop. Judgy, sound off.
All right, so real quick, I just think like half of like Kanye's Gemini-ness, he thinks he's a white man. He knows he doesn't have the huevos, the balls to just step out on his own to do his own thing. He has enough money, enough influence to actually develop his own like warehouse, stores, all of this. But for whatever reason, he needs the white man's signature on it by any means necessary.
And let me tell the white people in the audience why we're saying this. We feel like he intentionally attacks us after his own community time after time again. This is not the first time he says stupid stuff like slavery was a choice. Who was slaved? Well, mostly the African Americans. So, and something like that, people aren't going to forget. And I don't think it has nothing to do with his mental illness. I think what Judgy says, he's trying to fit in to the white the upper class white world. That's what I think he's doing.
Thank you.
He's trying to step on us to do it.
I said Kanye think he's white.
Yeah.
I think he's going to keep trying to invoke us, not to get us outraged to the point of like this, but to win the white man's favor, to push whatever product he's having, push whatever services he's looking for, because it doesn't make sense for him to be at this caliber and still be clout chasing. You should be behind the scenes like these other old white men in these rooms making these decisions and be signing off on big products, productions, looking at real designs, doing it all. But for whatever reason, everything he's doing is just for show. And when they label him as just a rapper, that is what he does. He's just an entertainer to me. He is not a true genius. He is not a true artist. He is just an entertainer, just like a circus animal.
Clown.
Yep.
And it's one in every group.
More skill. They could juggle.
So I don't want, this is not a black thing, because white people have people that they need to kick out their group, like Epstein, like he had to go, like Prince Andrew. You know what I mean? People that repeatedly have deplorable behavior.
You know what's
Sherelle,
ironic, Sherelle?
You know what, Sherelle? Oh, I'm sorry, Diva. Sherelle, Kanye really hadn't been the same since his mother passed away and since Jay-Z stopped messing with him. Because when he was with Jay-Z, he didn't act a fool like he did.
Wait, hold up. This is one person white people said they got to kick out the group. That's Diana Jenkins, Sanella's.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
All right, Sinitra, I haven't seen you in a long time. What are your thoughts on what are we talking about today? Kim Kardashian really trying to be an advocate for people falsely accused. Now she has a bad reputation, but good thing is a good thing.
I'm not falling for it.
That's right.
Oh, no.
I'm not falling for it. Like, you can't hit me with the banana in the tailpipe. Your character is your character. You're doing this for attention. You're trying to ingratiate yourself to people that you have repeatedly stolen from, repeatedly appropriated from, and you want to continue to benefit from, because see, now you're no longer attached to Kanye. You're looking for any way to put your hooks back into black people, and I ain't buying it.
This personally affects me. I know someone that's been in the prison over 30 years and he's innocent.
I know. I mean, Sherelle, you know, I used to work in prisons. I know plenty of people are innocent, and I'm still not falling for her crap.
No.
But let me tell you, she's getting the media's attention and putting her name on it. And with the last lady that was released, she didn't do the work. It was 2 Black attorneys in Dallas, Texas that
Right.
did
She
all
didn't
the
do the
work.
work, but since she gave us the platform to put a spotlight on something,
Right,
and this
she
is
did that.
overlooked so many times.
She did
Whenever,
that,
whenever
but
she's
she didn't
falling
give the
from grace,
attention to.
yeah,
Go ahead,
whenever she's
V.
falling from grace, she does something to
Right.
get the attention back on her as a
Right.
good girl.
Why do you think she started the local stuff? I think that she only started that because of the attention that her daddy got from O.J. Simpson case. That's why
There you go.
that's why she started doing it. Oh, my dad got attention from that, so now I'm going to do it too. Yeah, if I defend somebody Black that may be questionable about being guilty or not, I'll get that same attention like my dad.
Well, you have to look at she was forced to pivot. She was forced to pivot because she came out trying to be like, oh, I'm sexy, I'm goofy, you know, I'm ditzy or whatever. And that, you know, then she had to pivot. And then Kanye helped her with that pivot. You know, he made her his muse. As we can see, ever since he left, she hasn't really worn decent
That's
clothes.
Anitra. Let's say
Now she's
your
pivoting
brother was
again.
falsely. What if it's your brother that's falsely accused in jail? Don't you want somebody to help them?
Of course. And
They've
all I'm
been helping
saying is, what I'm saying, Sherelle, is 2 things can be true at the same time. Her drawing attention to it may be a good thing. Is she full of crap? Absolutely. 2 things can be true at the same time.
Exactly.
I agree.
But that's what I'm saying. Because we can accuse her of attention seeking, but at the same time, we can't overlook the good deed that's coming out of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
I want to hear what Diva says. You're the only one that hasn't spoke. Sound off on that, Diva.
You know what well, step back for 2.2 seconds of Kanye. Ain't it ironic that he said Bush don't like Black people, but yet he don't like Black people either? But anyway, but when it comes to Kim Kardashian, I do think several things can be true. You can have a person that maybe do some wrong, but they can also do some right in their life too, right? And so whatever way or reason for her doing this, I still think it's a good thing, because sometimes you need the right person to bring attention to a situation in order for justice to happen. So if at the end of the day she gets some attention, but this man gets justice, then I say I'm all for it. There is another guy, and maybe I hope she can help this guy too. I don't know if you've seen that one going around, Sherelle, where the guy is in some prison, been neglected for medical attention. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. I'll send it to you later. And he looks like skeleton and bones now. And his sister is fighting to get him help before, you know, maybe he loses his life. But this again is a prison situation. So I'm here for when anybody wants to step in and help somebody that has, you know, got some injustice. I do think that everything is not all bad about her or them. And I do feel like that, unfortunately, a lot of people are the result of their parents. The Kardashians' mom, she still has a chokehold on all of those kids.
Yeah.
She's running that situation. She
Right.
runs that thing. And I think that even when they want to have their own thought process, she spins the narrative and say, no, you got to go this direction, that direction, or whatever the case may be. So I'm happy that she's doing it.
All things Nella says, she just wants us to forget about what she did to our good brother Ray J. We not gonna forget that. That's another thing too. People are saying we can't just forget all the bad she brought too. Yeah, this might be a good thing, and she's playing this in her to make her look good. But I still, because it's personal to me, say, well, nobody else was helping us. It's a hard one. V, what are your thoughts? Because
I mean, nobody's helping us that's famous right now. I mean,
Thank you. Sure that's it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's doing that every day, and it's not getting the attention. But I still really believe that every time she's fallen from grace, she goes and does something really big, really attention-seeking that'll put her back on the good side. Yeah. So I mean, she is in a way she is doing something that's helping, but at the same time, she's trying to help herself too. Everything
I agree with you.
Kardashians do is calculated. You better believe that.
Yeah, I totally agree with V. It's just like the people that go on social media and hold the camera up while they hand the homeless man a sandwich. Was the guy hungry? Did he need a sandwich? Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
give him the sandwich? Yes. Are you a scumbag? Yes. Like it's still the same thing.
Are you gonna eat
Yeah.
today? Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
why don't she take out some time with her kids? Why don't she do things with her own kids? Why don't she do things if she want to elaborate and express in somebody's life? Why don't she never express anything that she does with her own children? Okay, you so busy trying to save the prison things you say so, but why don't you express some things that you're trying to do and save and raise your kids? How about that?
Exactly.
Damn.
But
uh,
she another thing she's doing all this because of the simple fact that her and Ray J is suing them.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wants to get the attention off of that in order to say, well, I'm trying to help a black man that's falsely accused get out. But what you did to Ray J, we can't forget that. What you did to a lot of people.
let me read this before we talk about Nia. I don't understand why black people are mad at Kim. Black men gave her the key to the culture and made her a billionaire. We can't be mad at her.
That part right there, though, Terrell. Seriously, that part right there. They were willing participants, right?
Yeah,
So
well, yeah.
so Ray J wasn't mad at the video. He might have been mad about how things went down afterwards, but he participated. He did the retakes. He got his cut at the beginning. He just didn't happen to make as much money as they did off of the situation. But he did get his piece of the pie. So
And you know
all of
what?
these
That's
men
true.
all of these men, what happens is with a lot of the black men, when they get a certain status and money, they go for a certain type of woman. It's not the woman's fault. The man could stay with their own sister. They don't. So
But
you
can
can't
I
blame the
say
woman
something?
for the man going there and he's
But
not beating her over the head.
but
Go ahead,
listen,
Tanisha.
can I say something real quick? Because
Yeah.
I feel like that is oversimplifying matters. Like this whole trope that black women are running around here mad because a dust devil like Ray J is screwing Kim Kardashian. Nobody cares. I promise you. Not
Thank
one
you.
sister worth her salt cares. Not one sister worth her salt gives a dang where Ray J sticks his unwashed penis. Like nobody cares. The bottom line is, we can't oversimplify and say black men, because the truth of the matter is black men did not tell her to steal designs from black people. Black men did not tell her to appropriate black culture. She has stolen from several black businesses their ideas, their intellectual property, called them her own. She's been sued several times.
Yeah.
So
now they real unethical when it comes to business. They are.
And,
The
but
whole
So is
family.
everybody else.
but
So too,
Sherelle, not just unethical. Overwhelmingly, they're stealing from black women.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this whole narrative that we so worried about these dust devils screwing her, nobody cares. Girl, get your UTI in peace. We just
Seriously, if you just telling the truth, why
my
you think Paris Hilton just kicked it to the dust? Once the white folks kicked it to the dust, she's like, oh, I can cling on to the black folks. But I hate when people try to judge you for you're not really defending just your own race, Sherelle. You're just giving your opinion on both sides of the situation. You cannot give your opinion on being white. You're not white. So let's stop coming at you for defending what you are. You defending what you are, what you've seen in your life, what we see in our life. We got to stop this. Go to the other cheek when we see badness done to the black people, because it's always done. It's not acceptable, though. That's what people got to understand. It's not acceptable. It's been done, but it's not acceptable.
What are your thoughts on Marlon Wayans asking Nia to forgive?
Sherelle, may I say one thing before you move to that topic? I didn't get a chance.
I'm sorry.
To speak. May I say one thing before you move to that topic? I didn't get a chance to speak.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. So one thing I wanted to say about Kim Kardashian is that I think it's very false that what she's doing, it's counterproductive, because she's going to prey on these people, utilize your story. They're not going to get a check for doing interviews. They're not going to get anything besides be exploited. And then when you think about the candidates that she is endorsing in California are the ones that want to criminalize things, want to criminalize being homeless. So it's like she's playing both sides of the coin right now. She doesn't really care about this, because the candidates she's been backing are the ones that are Republicans that want to criminalize being homeless. Try and invoke really strict laws And also for the update for that guy whose sister is in that Alabama prison. Alabama has been sued back in 2020 by the DOJ, and they are going to trial in 2024. And now the DOJ has made a visit last week to the prison and he's been transferred to another facility within the jail system. But they're still trying to get him out of that into a free state hospital where he can get proper care because he has a lot of issues. I don't want to go too off tangent, but these are the things that like Kardashian is trying to utilize our trauma to make a profit, and that's what and she's not going to turn any of this over. Like the thing is, like I would like to see where is that money going to from these streams. Is it going back into her pocket? Like when she gets the streams for the podcast and the endorsement, where's that money going to? Is it going to fund these projects?
You're right.
Or her
pocket. To Ray J.
You are so right. I'm so hyper focused on getting people out that are falsely accused. I didn't even think about that. She's making money off of this.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're saying. She's monetizing, sis. That's why I use That's why I use the analogy. That's why I use the analogy of the people who take their cameras and videotape themselves handing out sandwiches and stuff to homeless people. They're doing it for content to make money. You're monetizing somebody else's trauma and plight. That's a despicable person.
And she's funding this now by backing politicians that want to push more criminalization, and so she has more stories to talk about, and then she makes more money off of it that she can fund back into the same cycle. So we would be a fool to be thinking that Kim Kardashian's really trying to help us.
That's true.
Yeah,
they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing that's not planned and staged. You know, everything they do.
Let's speed this up really quick. Let's start with you, Sanisha, and go around the board. Your thoughts on Marlon? Oh, let me read this really quick. Kim Kardashian is just like Elvis. She made her money and fame off of the backs of people of color.
Amen.
True. Thank you, Dwayne. Oh, and then I don't know why it's not. Thank you for the super chat. Let's start with you, Sanisha. Your thoughts on Marlon Wayans? Boy, shut up.
Marlon Wayans needs to have a seat. He needs to have a whole seat. First of all, he's in a position of being you're a famous comedian. You have a platform, people listen to you, and he had nothing better to do than to come out and try to promote struggle love and try to tell a black woman that if this man makes enough money, you accept abuse, you accept being treated less than, you accept being lied to, you accept being exposed to abuse and exposed to possible disease. Like, are you serious right now talking about he's a good dude, he's a dope dude? No, maybe you own dope if you think this dude is good. And the fact that he said that he would tell his sister or his daughter to stay with little Mr. Raggedy Dingaling over there. He's over there, like, even if you don't go through until that thing is a tassel, it's framed with this, and you telling her to stay over there because he's making money. Meanwhile, his whoring around has gotten this lady humiliated in front of the whole world. And you up there not sleeping with one person, you over here playing like beach blanket bingo. You hitting everybody.
I'm done. All right, Tanisha. Nice talking to you. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
See you later. Bye, y'all.
Take care. Bye. Judgy, really quickly, what are your thoughts on Marlon?
She said it all. Honestly, he's raggedy for that. I think the whole situation is ghetto, even if it is out of in suburbia. I just don't agree with the whole concept of them speaking on their relationship when you're not even relevant. Put out a movie, sir. Focus on your job. Why are you worrying about him? So that's my thoughts on it, and I hope Nia gets through this and decides what's best for her and her family. Thank you guys for having me. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Val, what's your thoughts on Marlon?
Okay, sorry, my dog. Marlon is an idiot. Marlon is trying to make excuses for what he been doing. Okay,
I know.
Okay, that's all. That's all this. This is what I say. A lot of women, you hate to say it, but a lot of women stay for the pay, as in they can't afford to be on their own. Some of them, okay. So some of them stay for fame. Some of them stay for support. So he just making excuses for what he has done, and there are two types of people anyway. Because Nia Samora, my good friend Samora, that's her sister Nia Long. They got the same father.
That's
So
right.
the thing is that Nia is right. She does not own the public to make a
Right.
statement to them of what she's going to do. Whatever she do, whatever she does, is her business. But evidently, she already knew something was slacking because they would have been legally married by now if everything was okay, and they were legal, and they would have already been staying in the same state at the time. They weren't staying there for a reason. Okay,
Yeah.
he been a coach there for a long time. She didn't move there for a reason. So he finally talked her into doing that. But he had already been doing what he was doing. And I ain't saying every man cheats, but what is so special about another black woman got cheated on? So she got cheated. Another black woman got cheated on. Let's stop trying to act like it's the end of the world because of a black one. He ain't the last one to cheat, and ain't the last white man to cheat. White women cheat. White women get cheated on, and they don't want nobody to know about it. This is just public. This is
Ask
just public.
Khloe
And he's
Kardashian.
an idiot. And he is an idiot because he cheats. He cheated, so he tried to make excuses for him cheat. He needs to shut the hell up. If he gonna cheat, go ahead, keep cheating. And don't worry about what somebody else do with their coochie and whether if they stay or not. Shut up, boy.
On that note, thank you so much, Val. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
calling in.
Bye, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Bye,
Take
Val.
care. All right, really quickly, Sen, what are your thoughts on Marlon?
Marlon need to sit his raggedy behind down somewhere. I met him at the airport. He's one of the most rudest persons I ever seen in my life. He need to sit down. You know, you cheated. You did whatever you did. Why are you worried about what some other woman gonna do? Why are you worried?
Yeah.
You want your wife to take you back?
Funny. Yep. Thank you so much, Sen, for
Thank
calling
you, y'all.
in.
Y'all have a good day, okay?
Bye,
Everybody,
Sen.
V, it's good to see you.
Good to see
Bye.
you, Sam.
All right,
Bye
take care.
Bye-bye.
bye. Okay, V, what are your thoughts on Marlon?
It always make me mad when somebody dusty crawl out a hole to try to get some popularity again and make some old sad statement that they don't really mean. Crawl on back into that hole where you been and shut the hell up.
Damn. Diva?
Damn.
You know, honestly, he's a fool, right? But can I tell you how many men actually say that? How many men say that to their sisters, their wives or whoever, and how many women do stay through all kinds of nonsense? So he's saying what a lot of men actually say, have been saying for years. Even grandmothers have said it to people in the past. Why are you gonna leave that good man just because he cheated on you once?
Yeah.
So that's where the nonsense really comes from. So he's just speaking his truth out loud that a lot of them have spoken in the past, and he knows that there's a ton of women that actually do it. They do stay. And the only reason why she may highly consider leaving is because it is public information. Listen, Wendy Williams did it. Yeah. The only reason why she left is because that baby came about, and it would have been surefire proof that, you know, her man was cheating. But she knew her man was cheating for years, and she went nowhere. So it happens. It is what it is. He was messy for saying it out loud, but they say it behind closed doors all the time.
Perry, do you agree with Diva? Because you're a man and you're all about sports.
This part I agree with Diva. Right? He knew what he was saying. He was saying it to me. I bet you when he did this, he was in front of his wife. No, look, I'm trying to tell you because I know people who use social media to say things out loud to sound convincing to others.
Yeah.
And they confess they love and everything in front of their spouse to send a message. No, you shouldn't worry about that. As long as your bills paid, I know I cheated. But you got that Range Rover is full. You got food in the cabinets. Hey, you know what? I mean, the hell with your girlfriend, Nene saying, you in a better spot. She want to take your place. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. But like I said, he did it for a moment, like V said. It was just for a moment.
All right, you guys. Please don't forget to click that like button. It really, really helps my video. We are out of time because Perry and V, what time are you guys going on?
What time is it now? Oh, probably about V.
6:45 here.
Okay. We don't know what time they're going on, but they're going on next.
What about 8:30 your time?
8:30
for lockup?
Sounds good.
Okay. They're going on for Love After Lockup in an hour, and I don't want to go over into their time. So if I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. I'm simply out of time. Please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It really helps my videos. I want to thank everyone for your super chat. You don't have to support the channel, but you do. We had some very sticky subjects today. That's what we do over here. We laugh and then we get serious when it's time to get serious. So this was a serious one. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And like I said, it is what it is. All right, y'all. On three, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.